Hey, it's me, Albert, with Two Tribes Primal Living, and from my last video, I guess y'all know that I'm out here all alone in the mountains. Nikki's off visiting family and spending time with her son uh, before he heads off into the Air Force. So I kind of wanted to, um, I don't know, I guess I just don't have anybody to talk to right now, and I didn't realize um, how much or how important it is to communicate or to express yourself. Um, so, like I said on my last video, I'd be talking to the Kaya, the chicken, and the chickens in the camera. So, one of the conversations that Nikki and I had days prior to her, um, going off and visiting her family, was the topic of stoicism, and you know, I asked her, "Am I a stoic person?" And the reason I asked her that was because I I came across a couple of YouTube channels, some bushcrafters, outdoorsmen. I don't know what you would call them, survivalists, and they talk about the Stoic philosophy, the philosophy of Stoicism, and the definition of Stoic is one of the definitions is to be able to endure great hardship without showing any kind of pain or emotion or any kind of response. And I know there's a whole philosophy behind it, and it comes back from the ancient days where Marcus Aurelius was um, real big into the philosophy of Stoicism, and I've kind of studied on it a little bit, and I come across these YouTube videos or other people's videos who are trying to I don't know, I guess teach people how to be stoic, um, teach people the philosophy of stoicism. I even came across a YouTube channel of some 20-something-year-old kid um, whose nuts had not even dropped yet, uh, trying to tell men how to be stoic. And I had to laugh at it because as much as I understand um, about Stoicism or the philosophy of Stoicism, it's almost something that either you are or you aren't. I know that people are out there trying to obtain this quality, and me personally, I I don't particularly like that I am the way I am, that I am standoffish, that I can be stoic, that everything could be falling around me, and I'm not going to show any emotion to anybody. I'm not going to show any concern. I'm not going to show any kind of breakdown, and that was something that I developed as a child, not because necessarily I was that way or wanted to be that way, or even as a man, as an adult. It's something that I wish I could deter a little bit different in the way I carry myself, because um, I am a stoic person. When I'm around people and I'm around especially strangers, um, you're gonna have a hard time figuring me out. You're gonna have a hard time figuring out what's going through my brain, or what my thoughts are, unless I actually say something to you, or unless I actually um, consider you somebody who is close to me, or family, where I can at least show a little bit of emotion, a little bit of give a damn, I guess. Um, and I guess my point in this is stoicism for me, where it developed was as a child. Um, we grew up with a mindset of I mean, we had strict parents. Our parents were pretty strict, and if we went to the store, which normally we didn't get to go into the store, we got to sit in a car and wait for my mother to come out of the store. But it's almost like stoicism comes from absolute hardship, because I don't want to get into all my childhood traumas and all the tragedies that I experienced as a child, and all the trouble that I experienced as a child. But um, it's almost as if stoicism was the way I was supposed to be as a child. Um, and to me, when you walk into a room full of people, when you absolutely walk into a room full of people, there's an energy in that room, and you can usually pick up on that energy. I know I can. I can pick up on the energy of the room as to whether or not people accept me there, or people don't accept me there, or whether it's a good energy or a bad energy. I can pick up on that, and as a child. Um, it was easier for me to not put off an energy. It was easier for me to fly under the radar, um, with my mom, with my mother. Rest her soul. She was, she's my mother, but growing up, she was abusive, and my brothers were abusive towards me. So it was almost like you had to develop this personality of, I can't put off an energy as to whether I'm happy or I'm sad, if I'm angry or I'm disappointed. You just and that carried on into school. You just don't put off an energy. You don't give somebody a reason to ridicule you. You don't give somebody a reason to question your existence. Um, and it's not a philosophy for me. It is a mindset that I developed as a child, to just be there, but you're not going to be able to read me. You're not going to know whether I'm happy. You're not going to know whether I'm sad. You're not going to be able to pick up on an energy, because I somehow learned how to contain my energy, and to not emit an emotion or a response or a concern, or when you were told you go to your room and you better not make one sound, or if you want a reason to cry, I'll give you a reason to cry. you know, you take your licks, and you show no emotion, you show no pain, you show no concern for the situation, other than it's over with. And this is carried on with me through my adult years, even in all the um, possible life-ending situations that I was in. Every time that I should have died, or I should have been, uh, injured beyond um, repair, from motorcycle accidents to bar fights, or whatever you want to, however you want to break it down. Fights that I got into growing up, it was almost like every time something tragic was about to happen, um, you had to just dig in and accept it. You just had to say, well, I guess this is how this ends, or this is gonna hurt, or shit, I should have made a better decision. But stoicism is not something you develop, to me, and I'm saying it to me. Either you are or you aren't. It's something you can practice, but I don't see why you would want to practice unless you're just trying to get over on people. Um, and I know that a lot of people view stoicism, a lot of men especially, um, they view stoicism as some kind of virtue, or some kind of gift. And like I said, to me, it was something that hinders me today. I guess I wish I could feel more emotion. Nikki and I have these conversations all the time, and it's like I operate on three emotions. I don't have the spectrum of emotions that she does. Either I'm happy, I'm sad, or I'm angry. And those are the three emotions. I could add a fourth one in there, and that fourth one is going to be somewhere in between those three. So either I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm angry, or I'm a combination of those three. And but I've learned that 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 you don't show those emotions. You don't give the illusion of fear. You don't give the illusion of anger. You don't give the illusion of happiness either, or sadness, because you know, like I said, growing up, that was considered a weakness. That was considered making yourself available to be called out on it, and to be called out on it in not a positive way, in a negative way. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is, if you're a man and you have um, a rainbow of emotions, keep that rainbow of emotions. Don't try to don't try to hinder it. Don't try to hide it. It's something that I'm working on actually developing. People are trying to become stoic, and I'm trying to become more diverse in my emotions, and it's something it's like, I use women as examples. They have beautiful black brunette hair, but yet they want to be blonde, and it's like, um, why would you want to change who you are? Um, Me personally, when I ask myself, why would you want to change who you are? And that answer is easy. Is because I can be pretty abrasive. I can be pretty much like I said, there could be an emotional cry fest going on around me, and I'm going to stand there with a straight face, and it's literally going to be as if I don't feel it. But it's not that I don't feel it. I just don't know how to show it. There could be a party with people dancing and carrying on, and doing all kinds of silly things, and singing and laughing. And guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be sitting there looking at the room going, I'm glad y'all are having fun. So it's not a it's not a pleasant virtue to have, I guess, if it is a virtue. The philosophy of it is, in my opinion, is be seen. Don't give off any don't give off any energy. Don't give off an energy of happiness or sadness. I know how to just shut it off. I don't know how to to express those emotions. Like I said, I think that's why I spent a lot of time um, dealing with substance abuse with alcohol, was because I always thought there was something wrong with me. I always thought that there was something not right about me, and alcohol would allow me to express myself. But it didn't necessarily mean that I could express myself in the best way. Whatever pent up anger, or whatever pent up sadness, was more along the side of the spectrum of emotions that I would lean towards. In the beginning, there would be the happiness and the joy and all that other stuff, but by the end of a drinking in encounter or indulgement, I would always end up near the tipping point of anger and sadness and sorrow and all the boo-hoo bullshit that comes along with being a drunk. Um, but accepting who I am, and accepting the fact that these emotions that I possess, these three emotions that I possess, are the cards that I was dealt. It's something that I get to deal with throughout my life. It's not something that I can just change overnight. It's going to be a journey. So, you know, the Stoic mentality, the Stoic philosophy, the Stoic um, uh, personality that people are trying to develop is is not going to come from reading books. It's not going to come from watching videos. It's going to come from actual hardships in life, and it's going to come, um, you know, when it almost floors me that people try to obtain this persona of stoicism, because what it takes to acquire it, you have to be pretty messed up in the head at a young age. There's got to be some tragedies. There's got to be some major hardships, some major conflicts that occur within a person to even begin to understand the the walk of stoicism. And I didn't know I was a stoic person until um, I was introduced to the word. I didn't have a label for it. All I had, the only label I grew up knowing was, "Damn, dude, you don't feel anything. You don't show emotion, and the only way you're ever going to show emotion is if you put some kind of intoxicant into your body." And so, like I said, it's not something that that I would recommend that you walk down that road and try to obtain it, because it's not going to be real. If you're reading it out of a book, or if you're trying to learn it out of a video, it's kind of like trying to be autistic. I want to learn to be autistic. I want to learn. You're never going to develop that that mentality, because it's not your personality. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. Um, like I said, I'm trying to soften up. You know, the relationship that I have with my wife isn't always as anticipated, because I can shut down emotionally. I can shut down um, all my responses, and to her, I don't give a damn, or to her, I don't care enough, and to me, she cares too much, because she has this broad, and I mean broad spectrum of emotions that I don't possess and I don't understand. I could never understand them, and I'm not going to try to understand them. I am who I am, and the only thing I can do is be conscious of it, and stop myself from being standoffish or stoic, um, unemotional, or any of those things. But it's something that I need to work on. It's something. It's a path that I need to take in order to to ease the load, because it is a heavy load. It is a heavy load when you don't feel the way other people feel. You don't understand the emotions of another person. You don't understand the emotions of a situation. You don't understand the intensity of of uh, of um, of happiness and sadness and anger. You know, those are all emotions that we get to experience in order to grow. And when you shut off all the in betweens, or all the in betweens are shut off at a young age, or even if you work towards shutting them off. I mean, let me ask you, what is the goal of stoicism? The goal is to be mysterious, or be wise in a situation, or to appear to be wise. I don't ever want to appear to be wise. I don't ever want to appear to be in control. I want to be in control of the outcome of a situation, and I want to be wise about it. So it's not something that I want to appear to be. Um, so, like I said, I don't understand the the whole movement towards stoicism. I just don't get it. Um, and I guess I just wanted to share that, so anybody who's out there looking for the Stoic videos or the Stoic know-how or the Stoic philosophy or the wisdom of Stoicism, you know, it's a word. It's a word that describes somebody who just cannot does not put out the energy that everybody else puts out so that everybody else can feel it. And it's not something that I think you should work towards possessing. I think if you're a guy and you're an emotional guy, you're a man and you're an emotional man, I think you should hold on to that, because that's going to do you a lot better in life. I believe that there are other ways to go about um, standing your ground and putting your foot down in situations and becoming a stronger person. Um, but Stoicism was a weapon of war. It's a philosophy of war and power and control. And if you know the the intention is to be in control of situations and to be in power, then I mean I guess nobody's going to stop you from chasing that illusion, because that is just an illusion. Um, but you know, if you're really trying to advance your foothold in life and in understanding that, you know, simply setting boundaries is enough. You don't have to be stoic to set boundaries. You can set boundaries with anybody. You can set boundaries at work. You can set boundaries in your marriage. You can set boundaries with your kids. You can set boundaries with your friends. But men have a tendency to just want to be the I'm large and in charge guy, and you know, sometimes that doesn't always work out the way you think it's going to work out. So if you're a young guy out there and you're trying to obtain this stoic persona, philosophy, um, character, whatever you want to, whatever, why ever you're trying to obtain it, I would say just set some boundaries. There's no need to be an asshole. There's no need to try to convince people that you don't have feelings. There's no reason to try to convince people that you don't feel emotion. It's absurd to feel that way or to think that way, because you know I can get emotional with my wife from time to time, but things have really got to suck to get to that point, and I wish that I could be more emotional with her. I wish that I could be more emotional towards people that I care about. You know, when my mother-in-law and my stepson left this weekend, I felt empty. I felt as if I had failed as a stepfather and as a son-in-law, because you know when my emotions shut down, they shut down, and there's no way to turn them back on. There's no I can wake up in the morning and I can have the best intentions of having the best day possible, and it always starts off that way. But it's hard work. It is really, really, really hard work, and I wear myself out trying to do it. So, like I said, I hope this video helps somebody who is out there struggling between stoicism and the philosophy of stoicism. I mean, if you really want to be an asshole to people, you're going to do it. If you really want to be in power and control, you're going to do it. But otherwise, it's just the trend. I believe that the word has a profound meaning. The philosophy has a profound um, meaning, and therefore, people who are looking to find their identity or to find who they are, men especially, who are trying to find their place in this world, are going to go to the trend, just like women are going to go through the trend of eyebrows and Botox injections and whatever makes somebody feel like they're important or like they're becoming part of something. But it's not something that, like I said, I would recommend. I didn't learn it in a book. I didn't learn it on a video. I'm just that way. I'm probably anybody who knows me can agree that I can be a dick. I can stand there and look at you square in the eye and not give a shit what's going on, and that's your perception of what I'm portraying. Like I said, I know how to shut down my energies. I know how to shut down the emotions, simply because I was raised that way. Maybe it was out of fear. Maybe it was out of I've had enough ass whoopings, um, or maybe it's just the way I was or the way I was meant to be. But it doesn't matter. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I actually appreciate. It's something somewhat of a curse. So I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, I hope this helped somebody out there who is trying to be stoic, trying to find a reason to be stoic. So, like, subscribe, tell me what you think. Um, I really don't give a shit what you think, and that's just the way it is. And that's not because I'm stoic. That's because I set boundaries. But either way, tell me what you think. Maybe you can help me not be such a three emotion type person. Maybe you can help me expand my emotions with your need to become stoic. I don't know what it's like to have all those emotions, so I'm just talking from a perspective of somebody who doesn't understand all the emotions. So like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Take care.